Hello beautiful family. Today I show you how to make these delicious hot dogs like a pro. Let's get right into the video. So to do this, I'm going to boil my sausages. I'm using 10 sausages for this recipe. So once it comes to a boil, you want to take it off the heat and put it through a strainer to take out the water so that it can dry nicely. Once we are done, we are going to go ahead and make our dough. First and foremost, we are adding in some lukewarm milk and then some sugar, and also I'll be adding my yeast. This is instant yeast, so no need to proof it. I'll just give it a good mix and then go ahead and add my egg. I'm using 1 whole egg for this recipe, okay? So you can use just the egg yolk or the whole egg if that's what you prefer. Once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and add my bread flour. You can use all-purpose flour for this recipe. It works beautiful as well. After the bread flour, I'm going to go ahead and add some salt. So all the ingredients and the measurements are in the description box below, so feel free to check that. We are mixing this until it forms a dough, but today I am not kneading by hand, okay? I just usually knead by hand for presentation purposes. So I'm going to knead this with my hand mixer until it comes together. That should take about 4 or 5 minutes. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my margarine. If you have butter, you can use that as well. But just take note that I'm using margarine, so there is some amount of salt in the margarine. If you're using unsalted butter, you may want to add a little bit more of the salt or omit it if you do not want it, okay? So we are going to continue kneading this for about 8 to 10 minutes or until the dough is nice and stretchy, or when you poke it, it bounces back at you. That's when you know that your dough is done and good enough to reach the second stage. So as you can see, mine is done, nice and stretchy and just perfect. We are going to grease the bowl with some oil because this bread is going to rise in a warm place until it doubles in size. So just like I am doing, just coat the dough with some of the oil and then cover the bowl. You can use plastic wrap to cover the bowl. I have a bowl cover here, so that's just what I'm going to do. And this is 30 minutes after rising it in a warm place. I'm going to take out the air and then transfer it onto my work surface and then begin to knead it to get all the excess air out. Then I'm going to divide this dough into 2. I hope you are following and you've subscribed to the channel already. So this is my mixing bowl here. This is the other half I cut just now. I'm adding some unsweetened cocoa powder and I'm going to mix this until it comes together beautifully, just the way you are seeing on the screen. Once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and then take it out onto my work surface, and then I'm going to flour the work surface just to make sure that the dough does not stick too much, just slightly, okay? And then I'm going to take each dough and then cut them into 10 pieces. So if you have a weighing scale, this should be easy for you. You just weigh it and then you get your equal pieces, but I'm just using the eyeballing method and it works fine, okay? So after that, I'll also cut the chocolate ones into 10 pieces. So if you are following me up till now, if you noticed, like this video, my darling, my sweetie, like the video and then also subscribe if you haven't already. I noticed that most of you watch the videos but do not subscribe. Please join my family. I promise you will not regret it. This is where I share very good recipes you can make at home and enjoy with your family. So this is my baking tray. I'm going to brush it with some margarine because it's not non-stick, and I'm going to dust it with some flour as well. So if yours is non-stick, you can just use some parchment paper in there or just line it with some cooking oil or some you can spray it with cooking spray, okay? But if it's non-stick like mine, you can just do what I'm doing right now. I just shook it around to spread the flour, and I'll set it aside. So I'm going to roll each dough into a tiny log like you are seeing on the screen, and then I'll roll one of the plain dough and then one of the chocolate dough as well. Once that is done, I'm going to show you how I wrap it around the sausages to get that perfect look that we are going for. So you can just see how I do it and become creative and do what works for you, okay? For those of you who are not chocolate fans, I actually have the plain dough recipe on my channel. I'll leave it in the description so that you can check that out as well. So you can make them in so many flavors. This is just the chocolate flavor blended with the plain dough. You can also do strawberry if that's what you like. So I'm going to let this rise in the warm place for about 30 minutes or until it doubles in size, and look at how beautiful it's turning out. I'm going to crack in 1 egg, and I added 1 tablespoon of water, but unfortunately it was off camera. That's what I used for my egg wash. So I'm going to just brush it on top of the bread until everything is well covered with the egg wash. That's what produces that nice golden brown color on baked goods, okay? I'm going to bake this in my preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 15 to 20 minutes, and it came out so beautiful. We have to brush it with some margarine. Why brush it with margarine? Because we want the crust to retain its softness, okay? When it cools down, we want it to be still soft and yummy, and this is what we have here. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this recipe. I'll be glad to read all your nice comments. Until I post my next video, remember God loves you so much and has a plan for your life. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in my next video. Bye.